Hey, YouTube, nice to see you. Hey, Doug, how's it going?
Doing great.
Yes,
Monday, isn't
it
it?
is.
It's Monday, isn't it?
It's Monday, and I missed you on Friday. And in fact, I didn't end up going live on Friday because I
Ah,
was I was
okay.
missing you. So
There
I
we
thought
go.
we should just
I was on the road, guys, on Friday, so I told Deb there's no way I could do it. In fact, I'm sitting in a 40-foot diesel coach right now. And this is telling me, Deb, that we are doing the kind of thing that we can live this kind of lifestyle.
right.
This is wonderful. I'm in a 40-foot Monaco diesel coach in Petaluma, California,
Nice.
15 hours away from my home. And look at this.
Yeah,
I got the same background.
right.
You guys wouldn't, yeah, I could be in Alaska and well, I might not have good internet in Alaska. I
Well,
don't know, but
yeah,
you wouldn't know where I was at, right? So,
we could be
people
anywhere.
talk about lifestyle. This is lifestyle. This
Yes,
is
right.
this is it.
We can do this from anywhere. We can do this with our eyes closed, Doug.
Yeah. Now Bitcoin dropping also is lifestyle for
Yeah,
some people.
it is. And I was gonna say, I saw this morning when I got up, I saw that it had taken a really big downward spiral a bit.
Yep.
And it's now bounced up and it got down as far as 49. And I thought, Deb, why didn't you have some limit orders set up to go ahead and grab a little bit of Bitcoin if it hits 50 or when it hits I'm so today what I'm doing is I'm setting up limit orders for if it hits 45,
Right.
if it hits 40, if it hits 35, if it hits right, why not grab
I mean,
grab some
uh,
bags while it's on clearance.
that is why we are here.
That is why we are here, and I hadn't done it. I've got one out there now, but I hadn't done it before. So
Yeah. And we talk about this all the time, Deb. People get excited when it goes to 70. I don't.
no.
I get excited when it goes down to 40 and 35 because I can buy more,
Yes.
you know, because ultimately I know Bitcoin isn't where it's ultimately going to go, but I'm not ready for it to ultimately go there.
I don't have enough, Doug.
Not even close. Even if I took yours and added it and took Candace's and added it to mine, I still wouldn't have enough.
No, you need to find some better friends, Doug. Candace and I, we probably don't have the kind of
Don't
Bitcoin that you need to sustain your lifestyle.
in the 40-foot diesel coach.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. But it is to say that opportunity still exists. So let's figure out what we're doing and talk about that opportunity, Deb.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do this.
All right. I'm going to dive in here, guys. I'm going to look at some of my charts. The only thing I didn't do when I left on this trip is I didn't bring both monitors in. That that does suck. I need two monitors. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it is what it is. We we have to sacrifice sometimes, Deb, in a 40-foot diesel coach in Petaluma, California.
Right. Well, I will tell you that I found a nice little plug-in monitor that is easily adaptable. That I'll need to send you the link to. I saw it on TikTok and ordered it, so it would
Oh,
work perfectly for you, Doug.
how big is it?
It's not big. It's portable. It's not big. It's not big, but it's enough to have your second screen.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And that's all you need is just one more little screen over here, or up here.
Yeah.
So either way, it's all good. All
Yeah.
right. So you're talking about Bitcoin, Deb. Um, I didn't have any limit orders set up, Deb, but I did have cost averaging set up.
On your open pullback grid. Nicely
Uh,
done. Look at that.
yeah. Look at this nice buy down here. Nice cost average pulled it down. And I do have a new buy that it did too at a
Yeah.
deeper because I had my trade set up deep because Bitcoin was rolling over and we set it up deep on the call.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get to where we can see it. So I qualified, it actually executed here, went a little bit deeper, but you can see where I started my trailing this thing down was from over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So it came all the way down, qualified, looked for the buy volume to come in, did a buy, went a little bit deeper, but currently that trade, if I get down to it here,
That's in profit, isn't it?
is sitting in profit. Yeah.
Nice.
And the other one cost averaged down real nicely. If we
Yeah.
look at the market, and you guys remember, I think I had this trade set up where the first cost average would be slightly less, and if we did a deeper cost average, it would be more. And then I went through and I modified that again in our
You
cost
did.
average system,
Yeah.
where I went and said, okay, if it really gets down into that 40 range, which it did, I'm just going to do more than my original buy. Original buy was 50, and my deeper buy was 75. And so what ended up happening was I ended up getting a really nice, deep cost average here, and it moved this down, and it's only about 4% negative right now.
Right. Look at how far that trade for you. That is fantastic.
Yeah, isn't it? And I would be currently sitting at, right now, I'd be sitting at 15% negative. At the lowest part, I was 22% negative. But now, because of where the market is and where my cost average went to, which is here, I'm only a little bit around 4% negative,
Nice.
almost 5, but somewhere in that range. This isn't exact, right?
Hmm.
In fact, we just go down and look at, because this is with fees and everything, I'm at, with fees, 4.89% negative right now.
Right.
So
Excellent.
yeah. So Deb, while you didn't do anything, the system did.
See,
Yeah.
that's just it, right?
Right.
If we just put in a little effort, we can nSights will catch all of what you'd like to catch as a
Right.
trader, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it just does it. It
Yeah.
just does it.
And I, you know, there's a lot going on in the stock market, a lot going on with AI and stuff in the stock market. Stock market's taking big hits. So, the hang on
Crypto
one second.
market, crypto market took some fairly significant hits overnight. Was we can see it's dropping here, but it was across the board, kind of
Absolutely.
kind of
And
following the stock market right now.
and I'm going to look at my Mines of Delarnia, and decide to maybe do something. But I wanted to show you guys, even though it looks like everything's following the same, this is about let's just get it as close as we can. This is about 11% move up. Okay. And I'll go to the Mines of Delarnia here, which ended up doing what every trader knows it's going to do, but doesn't want it to do. It did exactly what these stupid trades do. Oh, I say stupid, but yeah, it's just a trade. But it's going to do it, right?
Yeah.
You have these massive ups, and I talk about this all the time, that lots of times we'll see 100% retracement of the move. That's exactly what we saw. Okay. It made this big push up. This is the base area. Mines of Delarney went a little bit deeper here, but really this is the base area. And it had this massive move up, and then it did 100% retracement of that move up. And partly due to Bitcoin going down, but it doesn't really matter. It just retraces these things. And so again, this is one of the reasons you really do want to be patient. And this move from its lowest point here bounced about 17, yes, yeah, 17, between 17 and 18%, call it, where Bitcoin was between 10 and 11. So even though the patterns look the same, the ranges aren't the same, because one of the comments I made to Deb was, if they're all going to follow Bitcoin, why don't we just trade Bitcoin? Well, because even though the patterns are the same, sometimes the ranges aren't the same.
Right.
And so, you know, sometimes you can get a little bit more out of other coins, you know, by trading the same Bitcoin pattern, but making a bigger move. Okay. With that being said, let's decide what we're going to do here. I want to look at Bitcoin first. In fact, I want to look at BNB also. I haven't looked at it yet. And am I on BNB? I'm on BNB now. And BNB is about a 15% bounce.
15%. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll go down to BNB. I'm down 27.31. And I haven't cost averaged either one of these yet. I think what I want to do is definitely go in and cost average these things. But I got to go look at my mid wallet because I transferred a little bit of money out of this account the other day. And I think I need to take some of this money and move it to BUSD so I can do some cost averaging with it. I don't quite have enough here. So let's go to swap. Trade.
Swap at the top.
Oh, thank you. I always do that. And then I think I need them to move that
Well,
down.
we need to
Yeah,
focus to the top of the screen. I don't know why
right.
this one screen doesn't focus to the top.
Yeah. All right. I want to change my coin. And you know what I need to, I know I'm going to do Doge. So I saw Doge here. Okay. And I want to put Doge at the top, BNB at the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to do all of my Doge coins. I'm going to click on that and click on here. I can do part or partial or all. I'm going to pledge all. We'll get that right now. Let me
Very
do
good.
my,
Swap is always at market price. The difference between a limit order and a swap is a limit order, you set the price you want something to sell, or you set the price you want to buy something at. Swap is just trading it right now at market price.
yeah. Okay. nSights. Great swap.
USD. Wait, 5.
What you want to do is back a little bit of the dust out, maybe. Let's see here. I'm gonna do all. And I'm gonna back a little bit of the dust out. Pledge. I'm gonna do 2FA again. It's about ready to run out of time. Gotta let it roll over. I get so anxious when it rolls over. I gotta do it now, you know. See if we're okay there. Confirm. Token successful. There we go. All right. Finish. There we go.
I take the 2FA as a challenge.
Do
It's just
you? Right.
I'm
Just
beating the
all,
clock every time. It's like when GPS tells me that I'm going to get there in 31 minutes.
you get there
My
in 29.
my whole goal in life is to beat it.
I have learned something about you that I probably
Yeah.
should have known. Okay, so now I have 149. I got enough to play with right now. And I'm going to focus on B&B here. And then on Wednesday, if Mines of Delarnia doesn't come up, I'll I'll probably move my Mines of Delarnia on Wednesday to Otherverse. So we'll talk about that on Wednesday's call.
Very
But
good.
today I want to just do some basic trading. No fancy dancy stuff. Go here. And I got $149 in there. So I could do both of these at 50, which I think I'll do that, or maybe I'll do them at 60, slightly more, maybe 65. Let's go 65. Do them slightly more than the $50 that we did. So I could do it two ways. I could come here and I could edit and I could do my auto cost averaging and turn that on and update what happens, how it handles it through automation, or I've turned that off so I could manually deal with it if I want to as a trader. And so I can come here and I can add manual trade to this, click on that, and I can choose to do it at market, at current market, or I could set a custom price for it to buy deeper if I want. And I can set the amount here. I'm going to do $65. I'm going to do it at market because I want to go ahead and get in. And I'm going to pull a Deb here. I'm going to beat this thing. My heart is going through the roof as we
Challenge
speak.
accepted. I love it.
Okay. And here we go. So let's see if that goes through. We increased a little bit over the original amount, which gives us a little bit more buy power, a little deeper, moves that cost average down a little bit lower. Very successful. We were at 28 something, I think, in that before, and now we're at 12 on
Nice.
here. Okay. Now we're going to do this one. It's at 31. I'm going to do a manual here, manual cost average. I'm going to pledge. I know I have 84 here. I'm actually going to do 75 on this deeper one. Now, one was at 28, one was at 31. Okay. I did the 28. Now I'm a little bit over 12. Okay. I'm going to do the 31, but I'm doing it with $10 more than I did the one at 28. So let's see how far the 31 comes down in comparison to the one that was 28% negative. Okay.
I like it.
And this is a good visual for us, I think.
I think so
So,
too.
786903, submit. Do we think we're going to be below what the 28 was? It's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's going to be just a tiny bit below.
Tiny bit below.
That's my
Deb's
guess.
going with final answer
Final
for
answer.
Deb for all the money, tiny bit below.
Because I like to believe that the choices we make are better. They are, that it's better than the first one. So
I like that. And
see?
that it is a very technical term she used, tiny bit below.
Tiny bit below.
Yes.
Technical. Yes.
That's very technical.
Itty bitty, tiny little bit.
Oh, so close.
Oh man.
Just tiny bit above.
Tiny bit above.
But very tiny compared to it was 28 to 31.
Right.
Now it's 13. I mean, look at that. We're
That's less than
less
half
than one.
percent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we really brought them very close together.
Yeah.
And so if we look at the chart now, will see that. I was hoping you were right, Deb.
I was too.
I was counting on Deb.
I would have put 80 on that second one.
Of course you would have. All right.
Oh, they're not showing up yet.
Let me refresh. Sometimes it takes a little while that cron job to run.
Click on that icon again to get
Oh,
anything to
yes.
show.
Thank you, Deb.
Yep.
There they are.
There they are. Look at
And
that.
look how close they are
Well, it
together.
looks a tiny bit below.
Well, the lower one is.
Oh, well, I meant the dots. I meant the dots on the screen, of course. I meant the dots
Right.
on the screen, the second.
All right.
Oh, well, that's the, never mind. That's the first, that's the other trade. Okay. I tried
But you were trying so hard.
grasping, just
Yeah,
grasping at those straws.
yeah. But here's the interesting thing. It and not that you're not interesting. Not to say that at all, no. Here from this green dot and this green dot. I mean, those are the two that we're measuring from. And I go to the center of the green dot here, and the center of the prior green dot, which is just under this one here. We can remove that, and you can see the two green dots easy. Okay, so I went from about the center to about center. It's about 5%. Let's
Yeah,
just call it that. And then
5%
I go
between them.
from the center of this one to about the center of this one and just about 1%.
1%
So
apart.
we
Wow.
really did gain significantly on the deeper trade by adding 10 additional dollars to it
Yeah.
compared to this one here. And that's a great example because we talk about that all the time is if you add a little bit more, and if you don't go too heavy, too high, that it can really bring it down and help you in the cost averaging. So
Right.
now we're very our two black dots are very close. They're sitting right there. I mean, we're right within that range here to try to get back up and get in profit if Bitcoin gets any bounce at all.
Very
BNB
nice.
will follow that up potentially, and we'll get out in some nice profit. So
I like it. Will you open that up where the black dots are? Will you just expand that so we can see it a little more closely?
well,
So my guess is you would have liked to have held this live call 1, 2, 3, 4.
if I could, I looked at it this morning and I almost did it.
Yeah,
You caught
that's
me. Okay. I
yes.
almost did it this morning. And I thought, nope, I'm going to save it as a learning lesson for everybody.
Yeah.
If it goes up a little bit, I'm going to be okay with it. And I got to admit, I should have called everybody at, 6 o'clock this morning when I was looking at it
Yeah.
and told, hey guys, we're going to do the call 3 hours early. Get on, but
This is you and I both have trainers' hearts. So
yeah,
so much of the time I don't want to do something in the moment because I want to make sure that I either video or it's during one of our and inevitably we miss the really good
good entry.
really good entries because we want to train. We want to make sure people understand how to use the system. So
Yeah.
it happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, I gotta confess, guys, I've traded up to $10 million trades in my lifetime. And if this was anything over a couple of bucks, I apologize. You guys would be on your own. I would have been executing down at the bottom. But
Yes,
but
yes. And
this is a training account and it is a lot of fun. So,
yeah,
but it also doing it this way, though, does also serve a benefit in showing that you don't have to be deadly accurate
yes,
to be able to manage and make the market ultimately end up doing what you want it to do.
right,
Yeah, I could have done better, but at the end of the day, I could have done worse.
right,
So it's really about being okay with the trade, and if it's not the right time to execute, then don't. If you did actually miss the opportunity, then hey, stand on the sideline and wait, because that waiting will serve you in the long run. So,
yeah,
okay.
absolutely,
Well,
absolutely, excellent.
Well,
Excellent call, Doug. Thank you
I'm
so
looking
much.
forward to Wednesday, seeing what Minds of Delarnia does. Uh, I'm hoping that it goes back up a little bit, which it is doing right now.
Yeah,
If it goes back up a little bit, I'll probably still close it out and move it over to other verse. We'll see. But I don't have to make that decision until Wednesday.
right,
Unless it goes up a lot tomorrow, then it'll sell on its own. And if it sells on its own, that's okay too.
right.
If it plays out, it plays out. If it doesn't play out, then I get to make choices on Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
I love it. I
yeah,
love it.
I'm
Excellent.
I'm happy.
I'm happy too. Excellent call. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who came on live with us. We have Gary on and Jeff Mina is here. Nice to see you. Jeff says, should we hold on? Let me get this out of my way so I can see it. Jeff, hold tight. Oh boy, pressing buttons. There we go. Jeff says, should we close our reveal grids? Are they moving solely to base or will they still have tokens on BSC? Now that's a good question about reveal because I haven't heard that they're moving to base. So I'm a little bit, I have reveal tokens. I'm obviously a little bit out of the know there, Jeff. So I don't believe can answer unless Doug, you've heard anything
I don't
about
know.
that.
I have
Yeah.
I know the
So
guys at Reveal, but I haven't talked to them in a long time, so
yeah,
I
so
don't
likely
know.
you've heard something over on the Nexus side, and we'll get with them and discover what's going on with Reveal so that we can answer that question, Jeff, on Wednesday. Or if you'd like, go ahead and pop into the Nexus Discord and ask your question there, and I'm sure that they'll get an answer to you.
Yeah, and depending on how much Reveal you bought and stuff, I showed this with Otherverse where I was down in one of the trades pretty significantly, but I hadn't bought a whole lot. And then I added a couple of $100 to the trade in Otherverse and cost averaged the Otherverse trade. And now I'm very close. Brought I brought a trade that was over 500% negative to get back up. You can't be 500% going down,
Right.
but to get from where I am down to get back up in profit was over 500%. Now I'm down to about 80% or 90%, I think, to get back into profit, which will be a very easy move, I believe, for Otherverse
Yeah.
to do that. I think it'll probably be an easy move for it to get to the 500 too, but I want to be in significant profit time I get to 500% move. So
Right. And again, no guarantees in anything, right? This channel is for educational purposes only. But full disclosure, since Reveal came up, this morning, Jeff, I was testing the system and I put a test in and I made a mistake in the way that I put my test in. And it tested out and proved that I was not thinking when I put it in. But what it did was it sold my Reveal when I wasn't intending to sell it. I was just trying to move it from my mid wallet and back into my mid wallet. Anyway, sold it. So I actually got kind of excited when it did it because I have $65 now to go take over to Otherverse and and go get myself some more Otherverse. So the good news is, especially with this Otherverse in pre-sale right now, there are no mistakes in nSights. Like
right.
if
Yeah.
if something
Anywhere.
goes
Yeah.
anywhere, if something
Yeah.
goes astray, just go
Yeah.
pick up some Otherverse tokens. We believe, no guarantee, but we do believe that that token is going to do some incredible things.
Right.
So no harm, no foul if you go pick up some Otherverse tokens with your mistakes.
Right. Right. Whether you made the mistakes before you knew us or after you knew us. So
Right? We all made I've got so many mistakes in my closet MetaMask over there that that I really do need to
yeah.
push over to Otherverse.
Yeah. Bring them out, dust them off, turn them
Dust
into
off those
profit.
skeletons and
Right.
get them over into Otherverse.
Right. Well, guys, thank you, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday. At that time, I'll be in Southern California. So, instead of Northern California. And, yeah,
How fun
yeah.
would it be on Wednesday to get together and do this live
Oh, shut up.
together?
Wow.
Hmm.
I wonder if that would be,
I don't
I'd
know.
like that.
Rhonda and I tried it one time and it didn't work out the way that we had
It
intended.
sounds like a lot more fun than it possibly could be, but
It
it,
turns into a gab session and
I
it,
think everybody thinks that already.
I know, right? We should end this. All right, everybody. Nice to see everyone. Thank you for joining us. And Doug, we'll see you on Wednesday, whether live or
Together.
Zoom. We'll figure it out.